Yo, wagwan. Tish your boy. Shitton. Legendary. You saw the thumbnail. You saw the title. Okay. Last episode of Skyrim photo session, I did all my chocolate characters. So it was only right that we do the next, and that is all my vanilla characters. Okay, we got Shay here, Shay the botanist, and we have Cleo the rogue, and then we have Lynx the vampire. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, that like button, that notification bell, show which people join Legendary Clan Sports to become legendary. I do all things photography, both virtual, real life, and sometimes AI. With that being said, we're going to start off with Shay here, because her body is already on, and it takes like 6-7 minutes to load each body, so I'm not about to flip nothing. Gotta find a place first. I kind of wanted her to be in like a club type of style, but I don't know no clubs here in Skyrim. Just the one with the elves, but she too dang low. She gonna die if I go there. So, I'll think of something. Yeah, I wanted to pull up to the spot, right? The Jarl's joint, but he just be sitting there, right? And it's gonna make it look like he watching her and crap. But, you know, is that time period correct? Probably. They probably had some crap like that. But, not for my character, shoot. This place is so fancy, though. That's the problem. Look at the lighting in it. The quality is so clean. It's beautiful. But might just take pictures of this place on its own, as a matter of fact. You know, it's not often that you guys see me do my scenery photos here in my photo sessions. They're typically just revolving around my characters, but shoot, you might see one right now. This place is clean. I mean, look at it, it's beautiful. Typically, I mean, I guess this could be a little view here of how I do my scenery photos, which y'all always end up seeing anyways within photos of the week. You know what I mean? Gotta add a little bit of color. We're already at the zoom amount that we want, which is 80. I always do 80. Who the heck is this lady? Is she a companion? You see how I reversed right back into the spot? Come on, man. And that was a genuine question, though. I thought she was a companion. I don't think she is. I think she's a quest NPC. I haven't done quest out here in a minute. This is over near, the Winterhold. Oh, no, this is Winterhold. What am I talking about? This is fancy. Now, this place isn't large, so typically, depending on what I'm doing, if anybody ever wondered, why do I only do 5 photos when it comes to cars on Forza? The reason being is because Forza takes a hot minute to process its photos, which is a good thing, because the photos come out extremely clean. But because it takes so long, it's best to do 5 photos, and when there's not a whole lot to take a picture of, there's no reason to overdo it. You know what I'm saying? That is the reason why sometimes I'll only do 5 photos. Sometimes it's just not necessary to do more. Especially if you get 5 really good ones, kind of like what we're doing right now. So boom. Now you know the secrets and the mysteries of why I do my photos the way I do. Oops, I do my photos. Like for something like this, because it's a fairly small room, 5 it makes the most sense. Forza, you can't open up the car doors or anything, so it only makes sense to do 5 photos max, because anything more be just kind of unnecessary, as you can only get so many photos. You know, not like you can get the interior. Now GTA, I typically will do a lot more because I can get the interior. Beam and G, I'll do a lot more because I can get the interior. Stuff like that. But like small spots like this, 5 is good. You see her? Oh wait, I'm done. Man, hold up. So you just gonna watch this much of the video, and you not even gonna subscribe? Nah, don't wave to them. They ain't even hit the subscribe button. Come on now, hit that subscribe button. I'll just hide her. You not see her anyway, so that's good. I might have accidentally switched it. Oh, it's on. Got her well hidden behind that pole. Let's try to get somewhat of his chair in so people know who the Jarl is. I don't like the way that arm is up. It looks go to this side. The Jarl's Longhouse. Yes, this is fancy. Quick little 5, it never hurt. Okay, and then we go back to our character here. Oh, that's because I was in first person. This is not the outfit she was even supposed to be wearing. This is just her casual fit because I ain't know what to put her in yet. Alright, got some nice looking clouds in the back. Got her little simple fit, you know what I mean? Something real fancy, but nothing too crazy because we are just starting off here. Okay. I mean, summertime's coming, man. So, gotta have that real sunny thing. Let's go ahead and reduce that light a little bit, though. She's, as you can very clearly tell, quite pale, so she doesn't do too well in high light situations. You don't do too well. You know what? You know what'd be sick? What I need to do one of these days is like a pinup thing, but on Skyrim. It wouldn't be easy, but it would be sick, and that's why I want to do it. Yeah, it's too bright. If your character's too dark, it's hard in dark zones. If your character's too light, it's hard in light zones, you know what I mean? This is Shay right here. Y'all never seen this character over here. I mean, y'all haven't seen a lot of my characters, but I kind of gave y'all explanations to all of the chocolate characters and what they did. So, for those who didn't see that episode, you should go back and check it out. But Aaliyah, which was the first character we played, she's a sword build. Dual-wielded swords, heavy armor. Sometimes light armor. Then you had Anaya, she was a voodoo priest, so that is nature damage and healing. Then we had Nade. I'm pretty sure Nade was the third character we did. She's a heavy armored archer. Then lastly we had Haida. She was a dual shield heavy armor build. This little lady right here, she is a botanist. So all her spells is around nature damage. It's a mod that I have found that somebody made where it was actual nature damage outside of just lightning, like what's normal in the game. That mod was sick as fuck, so she does a lot of nature damage and nature abilities. That's her thing. I made this character some time ago during a video I did on the gaming channel, which no longer exists, unfortunately, but it was a good video. One of these days I'll try to make it back. It was a good video, and it was basically a mod showcase, but instead of just showing the mods and all of its cool colors, we made it her whole little storyline out of it. As someone who wanted to use their alchemy abilities for just more than growing plants. You know, instead of growing plants, turn people into plants, you know what I mean? Turn people into plant zombies and stuff. That's what she was doing. That's her thing. That's her specialties. And she was a part of another video I did with another character. So that original video, it started off with another character I had made, a Native American character that I got. But I was like, it would make more sense for the Native American to be the gunner, the gunslinger. Because this character started off as the gunslinger, but I was like, nah, this character would definitely be more of the botanist. Old druid-looking, California-looking white girl. You know what I mean? I'll be telling people you gotta be careful with them Californians. Okay? That's basically what this character's based off of. Be like somebody I used to know out there in the dang woods doing kung fu and crap. Oh snap, son. Crap is crazy. What the fuck are you doing, son? You telling us he know kung fu and crap? One time one of my little brothers messing with him. Man, can't keep up. I'm like, he ain't doing no kung fu. I don't know what the fuck he doing. He was doing some old craziness. Ain't kung fu, that's it's meth food. Yeah, he finally got himself clean, so it's all good now. But beforehand, I'm like, fuck. I doubt he was doing meth, but he was doing something out in them dang woods. Well, who knows? Out in the woods of fucking yeah, out in the woods doing kung fu and crap, boy. Good. He good now though. He good now. We be laughing about it. I don't want to use too many of the old poses. Oh, you know, I don't use that one very much. I'm trying to get the outfit a lot too. Let's get a little bit of sunlight in there, so we're gonna go down this way. Check the shoes, you know what I mean? The little shoes to match. Swagged up. For our next character is Cleo. That is Cleo the Rogue. Okay. She's a Greek rogue who loves to steal people's stuff. If she doesn't have it, she'll take it. Okay. That character, the video I did for that character was another amazing one that I foolishly deleted. One of these days I'll probably remake it. Just to goof around and do the Thieves Guild stuff again, because that was fun. Just to mess around with the Thieves Guild. This is the one downside to this character, too, because of how incredibly pale she is. I can't put her against the sunlight, as you guys can very clearly see, because she drowns out quite fast. Same issue I'll be having on Cyberpunk with my more pale characters, especially OGV. OGV. But it's all good because we could. Can't spin. There we go. The fucking physics, man. Skyrim modding, you feel what I'm saying? You got it. Okay, that's not gonna work either. Gotta have, you know what I mean? Is this a lean? I think this is a leaning pose. Whoops. Why she look like that? She's supposed to be leaning on something. She's standing out in the middle of the open though. There ain't nothing to lean on. So yes, over on my gaming channel, okay, I was doing my playthrough video. I was explaining to people why I have so many different body types for my characters. I like to keep my characters opposite of each other. This is my smallest character. She's by far the slimmest. Okay, it's kind of sort of. She's a druid. But I mean, you know, she's the type of people who are slim from the side, but not from the front. As you can very clearly see, okay? Now me personally, I have 0 issues with that body type. You know? Okay? So that's why I made her body type like that. I'm like, it's a strange one. I can't complain. Okay? it was at the time I had made this character, somebody I watch on YouTube, they were doing a meme reactions. And during the meme reaction, okay, I'm watching the video, I'm like, that's pretty funny, that's pretty funny. I'm getting about 2 seconds from turning it off though, because, you know, I'm not the biggest, there's only like 1 or 2 reaction channels I ever had watched. And I tend to stick to those 2 people. I haven't found a new reaction channel I give a crap about, because a lot of times I'm not looking to see other people's reactions towards stuff unless it's something stupidly funny, and most of the time that's just me scrolling down to the comments to see what people are saying. Right? But in this video, these 2 dudes, I've been watching them for a minute. They're pretty dang funny. 2 dudes from New York. And I think that, if I'm remembering correctly, the channel is RNA. And in one of the videos, okay, it was supposed to be a meme reaction. So I'm sitting here laughing. The memes is funny. They funny as fuck. Especially the shoot, half the time they're more funny than the video they're watching. Right? So I'm watching it, and then all of a sudden, one joint pop up, and it said what the fuck is it called? The subtitles say, when people think you're thick, and the 2 dudes in the videos are like, dang, but you are though, right? Because they're just commenting and reacting off of what they saw. But then she said, until you see me from the side. And when she turned, she was like narrow, oddly narrow. I'm like, that is the strangest body type I ever seen in my life. I ain't never seen no crap like that. I'm gonna be 100% honest. Like I said, I don't, you know what I mean, I don't indulge in the what's the names. So only things I ever see is what I might see by glance when you're just walking around. Which ain't very much, because, you know, a glance is a glance. You look away. Okay? It might not even, a glance is like 0.5 of a second. That's how fast, that's how much you looked, and then you immediately looked away. Because, you know, obviously staring at people out in public is pretty fucking weird. But you see what you see, and most of the time you see nothing. Half the time, you'll forget. The only time you really ever pay attention to something is when it's kind of weird. Like one time I was walking around, I didn't realize how much blue I was wearing. There was a dude wearing a lot of red. He kept staring at me, and I stared at him. I'm like, hello? And then at that point, he probably realized, oh, okay, just coincidental. He's just wearing blue. That's it. That is like the most. Or no, that one time, there's two couple, they were talking about, the dude was talking about how he loved Twinkies, and the woman was talking about, nah, I don't mess with Twinkies. And they both looked at me while laughing, so I'm like, oh, shoot, let me butt in real quick. Because, you know, somebody, so I'm like, oh, no, yeah, no, I gotta agree, I don't mess with the Twinkies. And that was it. That's it. That's your typical, that's typically what happens, right? So I ain't never seen such a thing. I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, okay, this is a strange body type I've never seen in my life before. I ain't mad at it. Because, I mean, she was, but she was, like, slim at the same time. It was weird. I didn't understand it, but I didn't dislike it either. So, that is where this character came to be. That is where her body type came to be. Was the confusion of a woman who could be slim and thick at the same time. It didn't make the most sense. But like I said, I wasn't mad at it. And neither was the dudes in the videos. It was weird though, it was confusing. I'm like, what is this build? How? You know? I can't even explain it now, I'm still struggling. But the line of the depth of field is showing up horribly for some reason. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there we go. That's where this character came to be. Okay. Now, me personally, I've always preferred a thicker woman. Okay, a little bit of, you know what I mean, a little bit of thickness to them. But at the same time, like I said, okay, she was more of a slim-built woman, but with, I guess you could say she was skinny fat, but in the, like, in the best way possible. Now, me personally, I don't mind the body type at all. That's where this character came to be, but it was just weird how hers was. Because typically when you see someone who's skinny fat, they're typically skinny. Not her. Not her. It was, that was something else I ain't never seen before. I was like, okay, the fuck? I don't like to, you know what I mean? I don't like to skew my brain with the corn. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't talking about the food. So I don't be seeing a lot of these things. Because that crap, number one, is extremely time wasting. I'd be hearing dudes talking about they spend their whole days watching that bull crap. I'm like, I could never, baby. There's money out here to be gotten, okay? You feel what I'm saying? That could just be me, you know what I mean? I'm sure there's a lot of people who think the exact same way, you know what I mean? We gotta get to this cash flow, you heard me? Can't do that sitting around watching, you know, the prawns. I don't be knowing. I purposely keep my brain realistic, okay, with the people that I meet in the outer world. And that's how far I go with it. I ain't never seen no crap like that. I was confused. Like I said, I was confused. But I didn't dislike either, okay? That's where this character came up. I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna make that body type, but I'm gonna figure it out. I'll figure it out, and one of my characters gonna have it. Well, not one, two of them. Two characters use this build body. One of my elves and this lady. But it made sense though, because this character being a botanist, she don't move no heavy weight, so naturally she's not gonna be, you know, she ain't gonna be strong. A lot of my characters though, because I always do melee builds, a lot of my characters are muscular. Only 2 body types I've built for my characters are not muscular. Even if they do got a little bit of chunkiness to them as well, but they're all muscular. They all have larger arms, larger calves, larger back, which is important when you know, fighting. Obviously, you're gonna need biceps. Your triceps got to be strong. If it's a male character, he won't have the most chest in the world, but he does need larger arms because a fighter's build usually doesn't really involve the chest unless you're just pushing people over the entire fight. It's not a very effective way to fight though. So the builds have to be proper. So there's only 2 characters I've built, and you're actually gonna see 2 of them. So that's this build right here. Okay, Mrs. Slim. The next character you're gonna see, that's the Greek. She uses the same body I use on Aaliyah, which is the chunkier build, but with the more muscular legs, arms. Then my last character, who is she's my largest character. She she's a big girl. She's a vampire, so she doesn't have to be super muscular either. So you'll notice when we get to her that some of her proportions will be similar to my more muscular characters, but she'll be chunkier. And that's the way I like to make sure all of my characters match to how they should be. And that includes my male characters too. Both of them are melee fighters, therefore they're both large. Especially the cat. The cat guy, he's freaking huge. And then there's Rod, that's my werewolf, he's big guy. Okay, he's big man. Much bigger than the average Redguard man. And then back in the day I used to have a Argonian. He was a big guy too, because he was all three of them were melee fighters, so they had to be big guys. But let's get to the next character, because it's going to take a hot minute to move to switch the body out, so not wasting time. Alright, we are now on Cleo. Okay, I want to do some simple joints for her. Just some simple photos. Take a wild guess and say y'all can probably tell how small I made this character. On purpose, you know. She started off as my werewolf character. Then I kind of thought about it. I'm like, it didn't make, to me at least, it didn't make a whole lot of sense to make your smallest character be anything other than a rogue, okay? At this size, okay, at this magnificent height of probably like fucking 5'3", she should definitely be the rogue. You can sneak anywhere when you're that small, alright? As for the werewolf, obviously, that made the most sense to give it to the man, Roderick. And he's like 6'3", okay? He's huge for a Redguard. Redguards in this game are typically like 5'10". So I'm like, you know what, let me make a Redguard who's just a giant. And make him be the werewolf. It'll only make the most sense. Then I found a mod that allows you to become a werewolf whenever the heck you want. So it's perfect. It just worked out perfectly. You feel what I'm saying? It only made the most sense to make her the rogue. A tiny little Greek woman who goes around thieving. She's a dang good rogue too. I got her maxed out. She won't ever get caught. It's impossible. Shoot, matter of fact, just before I hit the record button, I murked a whole group of bandits because they didn't know. They didn't know what the frick was going on. But we definitely gonna have to be careful. Of course, she is wearing underwear, but you know, still gotta be careful, you know what I mean? Okay, pull that a little closer. Get better depth of field. I have one issue here. I think because of the brightness, I can't tell what I'm actually doing. I had to turn the brightness up because during the playthrough, I could not see crap. So normally I have it here in the middle. This gives you the best display quality. Oh, look at it. Beautiful. Nice and dark. But for this photo mode, I gotta know what I'm doing, so turn that back up. Because the photos will come out properly. Of course, they'll come out to what your actual screen is. But I, myself, cannot tell what I'm doing because of how bright it is, so go ahead and turn that back up. I can see what I'm actually doing here. Okay, boom, yeah, that looks a lot better now. I'm not even going to touch the brightness. I'm going to keep it just like that. I don't even know what sitting pose that was she was doing. That was a nice one. I wanted to use that one, but dang, the lighting was up. I can't tell what I'm doing. That makes sense to why she looks so dang drowned out, why the last character looks so drowned out in the pictures. I had my brightness too high and couldn't actually see what I was doing. Those photos luckily did come out really good, so we're good. These ones, I won't be able to tell because it's supposed to be dark in here. I'm about to sneeze. Real powerful one too, I can feel it. My nose is tingling. Shoot. Yeah, that was pretty powerful. That was pretty powerful. The more your nose tingle, the more powerful the sneeze. I don't know how true that is. I just made that up. That, for all I know, is probably not even remotely true. The tingle of the nose has nothing to do with the power of the sneeze. I'm just making crap up. I'm just making crap up. I don't know how true that is. It actually is the case. Case of a more powerful sneeze, the sheer tingle of the nostrils. Now see the size of them little arms? Okay. Like I said, for Aaliyah's body, because she's a dual swords, this is Aaliyah's body. This is the body I made specifically for her, but just decided to use it for a couple other characters. You see them arms, okay? You see, okay, she's a little chunky, right? Well, look at them arms, okay? Them arms got some power. That's because Aaliyah is dual swords. Now, this character wouldn't need this body type. But, you know, why not? Why not? She's a rogue, so she doesn't do a whole lot of upfront fighting. So if anything, she should be more slim. Probably more of a slim muscular build, which I need to do that anyways. I don't have a slim muscular build. I got a slim build. I got multiple muscular chunky builds. A skinny, not like a, yeah, I would say probably like a skinny fat build, but properly shaped. Well, not properly, but well shaped. Then I got my chunky build. But I don't have a slim muscular. I need a slim muscular build. Work on that later. They actually done studying or something I gotta study for in the real world. So I'm done studying, making a slim muscular build, and then hop on some Warcraft and get some dang gold, baby. I gotta grind some gold. It's almost big money sell day over on the Warcraft channel, son. Gotta sell a whole lot of loot soon. Feel what I'm saying? Where's Bone? I'll be back up in case. Gotta be careful what I say. Back up just in case. And then what's the first joint that pop up? Yeah, you know I mean, you gotta be careful out here, son. A little bit of studying and hop on fucking Warcraft and just grind for like 8 hours straight because I'm trying to get as much gold as possible. I used to have good ways to make good gold, but then I got tired of making good gold. Started wanting to make mad gold. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm doing that now. Move this a little bit. The idea behind this character was quite simple. I'm like, I wanted to make, at the time I didn't have a single, no, I only had one white character. Okay, that was my vampire. She was the blondie. Okay, that you're gonna be seeing next. I'm like, that's cool, but if I'm being a hundo, when it does come to the vanilla, shoot, I'm gonna have to censor that. I gotta give love to number one, the redhead, then black hair, then the brunette. I'm like, what is a good brunette that I could create real quick that'll be real gorgeous, and then we could give her the rogue build, because my original rogue was an elf and she was fucking hideous. I don't know what I was thinking with that character. So I deleted that character. I'm like, I need a new rogue though. That's what I made her. I'm like, she's gonna be a werewolf, but I'm like, nah, she's too small for that. She's definitely not regulated height. I shortened her by quite a bit. She's a Breton. Bretons are the shortest at like 5'8", 5'7", and then I made her even shorter. So she's probably like 5'4", 5'3". Normal height. Just not in the world of Skyrim, where everyone is pretty dang tall. And I'm like, boom. Let me make her a brown-haired, brown-eyed white lady, right? Greek. Perfect. Greek. It was between Italian or Greek. Those were the two I was thinking. You know what I'm saying? I will always predominantly have black characters. That's just the more obvious one. I'm like, let me add a little couple more characters. It is just like I always say, it's impossible, okay, as a black man to not have black characters. I'm sure there's some folks out there, but they not me. Feel what I'm saying? They ain't me, you know? Go to Warcraft, I got tons of, I got majority black characters. GTA. Hey, you know? You feel what I'm saying? Nothing to it. But if we was gonna do the full episode with my chocolate characters, we definitely have to do full episodes with everybody else. After this, we're gonna do my elf characters. No, all my crazy colored characters. Because I got 4. 3 of them are elves, but one of them is not. We got crazy skin color. She is fully fucking red. You'll see her, because I'm gonna record that episode soon. Not today, because like I said, I got some things I need to do today. specifically some studying, because I didn't do no studying yesterday. Can't be slacking out here, you know what I'm saying? Can't be slacking. It's all good. Still getting some work done, and that's most important. You see the darkness, I can actually see what I'm doing here now, and this is fucking beautiful. I wish this photo mode had a thing that allowed you to raise them up or down, because they be floating and grab a little bit sometimes. Up this way. Boom. Just a little casual fit, you know what I mean? And then we get to our last character. I'm mostly doing casual outfits for this one. Casual with still a little bit of saucy. Why is she up there coughing? Wonder if anybody out there have a oh, that's a good one. Have a joint that allows you to do poses for companions. That'd be tight to add companions to photos. Actually, I want to switch up her face a little bit. Let's make her not smile quite as. After this, I gotta record some Enzoy still, so I'm trying to hurry up without killing my quality, of course. Hurry up as in pick. That's why I'm going mostly casual. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Going mostly casual outfits because it's a whole lot easier right now than making them full-on outfits. I was gonna do a whole rogue setup. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. No. Crunch for time. I got 2 hours left. Or I gotta head out. Alright, last pose. Let's see. Let's see if we can find a good one. That's not too bad. What is that? 775? Up again. Alright, hide behind the bookshelf. 775. I'm gonna remember that one. Because I didn't think you'd be able to tell at first, but you can definitely tell she's short. The crazy thing is she looks normal, but because everybody in Skyrim is so dang big, it makes her look not so normal. Even though her height is, probably average. Her height is probably average, at least here in America. I'm not sure about some of you. Most certain countries' average heights are way taller than America, that's for sure. America here, it is 5'9", which is like what in meters? Not meters, centimeters. I don't know, 170 something, I think. And for women, it is 5'4", which is like 160 something, 168 maybe. I'm not so good with the centimeters yet. I'm still learning kilometers and all that. I don't use them very often, but, you know, it helps for when you're trying to do informational stuff. And, you know, you have a wider viewer base of people who use metric system versus the imperial. Kind of want to have both. Especially, like, when I post car pictures on Instagram. I'm trying to, like, translate power numbers. It's important there. Because if you say it's got 400 horsepower, certain people might not use horsepower, so they don't know what 400 horsepower is. And somebody might not know what, you know, 1,000 foot-pounds of torque is, or something like that. So you gotta translate the meters, the kgs, and all that. That's the only time I use it. So any other time, you know, I don't be knowing. I don't be remembering. What's that? See the pose? That might work. I'm not sure. Oh, hey, backward seated pose. Oh. Looks like this will be our last one. Kind of forgot about normal backward seated pose. Gotta make sure her hand. Oops. There we go. So you be having to translate and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Oh. I just noticed 5'9" is somewhere, I think like 172 maybe? And 5'4" is like 160 something, maybe high 160s. I'm gonna say probably like 168. Let me see. We could do a quick translation real quick. Fucking height calculator or some crap like that. I don't know. Height oh no, height feet to centimeters. There we go. So let's say you're will this translate 5'8"? No, it's only translating 5 foot. It's 152. Little niggas. 5'9" here in America is 175 centimeters. Okay, that's a little higher. I thought it was 172. How tall am I in centimeters? Oh, okay. I was thinking of my own height. My own height. I'm 172. But technically a little higher. So I'll be like 173, I think. And 5'4", which is average height. 162. Okay, so I was no, I said 168. What is 168? Was that like 5'5"? 5'6"? 5'7"? What the heck is 168? Okay, I don't know where I got 168 from, I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, I thought, okay, so 5'4", 162. Okay, so yeah, 162 centimeters, that would be about her height. She looked like she would be average height. But because, like I said, everything in Tamriel is so large because of the Nords, or Skyrim is so large because of Nords. Nords are 6'2", which is like, what, 180? Hold on, let me open that back up. Height. What centimeters? Nords are the second tallest. It's 6'2", I believe. 187. And then the Sun Elves, I always forget their name. Falmer? No, not Falmer. Whatever. 195. So that's 6'5". Hold on, what is centimeters for my Sun Elf? Because she's a lot taller than the regular Sun Elves. Okay, regular Sun Elves are 6'4", 6'5". Actually, I think they're 6'4", not 6'5". She's like 6'8". So that's 193. 6'8" is 203. Yeah, y'all be seeing her soon. I'm gonna be doing an episode with that. She's gonna be a part of the crazy colored characters. He's fucking yellow, obviously as a Sun Elf, and boom, that's the last character. That's the last photo for that. Time for the last character, Lynx the Vampire. Okay, I ain't been on my vampire lady in a minute. She has her own custom town. I'm trying to figure out why is there dead niggas in it. What the fuck happened? Must have been a long time ago, because the save said like 6 months ago. Blood puddle. Oh, this is a person? Wow, okay. The Book of Daedra. Cure disease. Yeah, well, apparently he couldn't be cured that well. Vampire Mistwalker? I'm trying to figure out what the heck happened. Why is there so many dead fools in my base? And what armor is that? I want to take it, but I don't know if this is... I can't tell if this is a lady vampire or not. Yeah, we can't take that armor. It's swaggy, though, whatever armor this is. Doesn't seem like it would fit my character, though. That looked like some old armor I probably forgot about. Now I gotta figure out where to do the pictures at. There's fucking dead bodies in her base. I ain't about to drag them around, so... Let's see here. Okay. Make it clear, number one. Make it... Like, oh, shoot. I forgot she was a vampire. I'm like... Forgot you couldn't, you know what I mean? I forgot you couldn't go in the sunlight as a vampire. Okay. Actually, hold on. Let's make it early morning. I usually don't show these parts, but I just wasn't expecting to see, you know, some dead fools in my base. Feel what I'm saying? Guess we could face this direction. That's real nice back there. Trying to figure out where the sun is, though. Hold up. Where is the sun? There it is. Okay, see, now we definitely have an issue because the sun is that way and she got some dang... I'm gonna have to drag him out of here. Alrighty. Back with another casual fit, but still a little saucy. You know what I mean? It's early in the morning. You feel what I'm saying? The carpet. The dead bodies are still there. I moved them to the side a little bit. Nah, I was gonna use the dress, but I used it one too many times. I just checked back in some of the old stuff, and I mean, that design, I never used that design, so I'm gonna use it for the future. Right now, though, I've used it too many times. Okay, one too many times. I'm gonna do it somewhat like Cleo's joints, where, you know, it's a little saucy fit, but nothing too crazy, of course. Scroll back. Where was I at? The 1800s? Wasn't there a pose at 775 that I thought was cool, but I never went back to it? Oh, yeah, just a regular seated pose. So something you'll notice with this lady, okay, outside of her clear thickness, is her arms aren't too much bigger than Aaliyah's, and that's the build I was going for with a lot of my melee characters, is more muscle. Now, obviously, she do got, you know, her arms are a little chunkier, but not even that much bigger than Aaliyah's or the rest of the characters, because they're melee fighters. They swing and they tossing hammers and crap like that. So naturally, you're going to build muscle. It's impossible not to build muscle when you're swinging massive weapons around and crap, and using that as your daily fighting source. You know what I mean? As with this character, you know, she's an incredibly powerful vampire. She don't be punching, fighting, none of that. She just has opulence, a whole lot of access. So naturally, I mean, she's gonna be a little thicker, or a bit thicker. You know what I mean? Trying to figure what we doing here. We do have to be careful with this outfit. I don't know how clippy these undergarments are, so we gotta be careful here. We're gonna go ahead and get our distance. Oh, actually, look at that. That's perfect. Yup, see? I knew I was gonna need it at some point. And apparently I need it for each and every single one of these. What happened to the seated poses we was using on Cleo? What's going on? Okay, that wouldn't be too bad, but she ain't got no pillow to rest on, so it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. We used a few poses like that on Cyberpunk. That wouldn't be nothing new. Did I make this too bright? I'm not 100% sure if I made this too bright. Why are her eyes so open? Here we go. Let me see. Oh, a little darker, not too much. That should be good. Now, back in the day, when I had first made this character, she wasn't a vampire. She was just a regular old person like everybody else. Just a regular old Nord. Okay. However, I had accidentally got her the vampire disease, and I was like, you know what? I don't have a vampire character. Why not keep her a vampire? What I didn't know it was going to do was make her face gaunt like that. So what I had to do was, I'm like, you know what? The gauntness is actually kind of cool because of her being a vampire. So I was going to change it. But instead, I restructured her face a little bit to match it better. Because at first, with how she originally used to look, it's not far. I didn't change her face too much, only a little bit. With how it originally used to look, she was looking a little crazy. And I didn't like it, not one bit. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with her face? And I noticed that it was happening slowly over time. I didn't know it was a thing at first because I had never had a vampire character at that point. But as time went on, I'm like, what the fuck going on in my character? And I only noticed it slowly. Every time I would log into the character and see it, I would notice that her face is more and more gaunt. And I would try to fix it because I'm like, I don't remember doing that to her dang face. And that's when I realized that that is just something that normally happens with vampire characters. So I was like, alright, let me reconstruct her face a little bit. Okay, she might have a gaunt face, but at least, so she'll still be, you know, quite pretty, even with the gaunt face. That's what I had to do. Thus, honestly, the main thing I did was change her hairstyle. The hairstyle she had at that point, it wasn't really helping with the gauntness. It was adding a level of... She was looking a little cracked out, okay? She was looking a little cracked out. Which didn't make sense because at the time she was using Aaliyah's body, and it's like she a little too thick to be having a cracked out face. It doesn't even match. It doesn't even make sense, you know. So I'm like, let me figure out a way to fix that. And then, boom, here she is now. Back to her former glory with the shorter but longer hair. As where back then it was much shorter. It was more like a bob hairstyle that she used to have. Like, I need to figure out how to fix that. I was a little disappointed at first. I'm like, it took me a little while to make this character, okay? Took me a little bit. She was a warrior at first. She was going to be a two-hander build, but then that's when I switched my elf over to a two-hander build instead because she was so dang big. That fool is gargantuan, so I'm like, okay, it would make more sense for this behemoth to be the fucking massive hammer-wielding monster instead of, you know, this Nord lady. Now, don't get me wrong, of course, Nords are large peoples, but nobody's as large as a 6'8" elf wielding a massive hammer to match. Why is the depth of field not working? That would have to make me go up in front. I ain't trying to go up in front. There we go. That's too far back, though. What is this crap doing? What's going on, huh? Not even loading. Like a little bit. I would have to go to full body. Problem is, I'm trying to go this way because I want the trees and stuff. Wait, hold on. Where's the sunlight at? There we go. There we go. That's much better. Ain't giving me my depth of field, though. Okay, here we go. That dang health... Okay, I'm gonna say that health bar ain't going away. Why she ain't got no health? I just realized that. I mean, obviously she has health, but why is it low? Ain't do nothing. I just loaded straight into the game and that was it. Changed her outfit for the one time and then, yeah, I'm not sure why she got health missing, but anyways. This was one of my many new characters I had created after I realized a whole lot of my old characters were, busted? I don't know what the fuck I was thinking with some of these characters. Honestly, y'all, some of them characters were busted. When I say busted, I mean busted. It's like, was I trying when I made these fools? Like, did I put any effort or was I just making characters? Because that's what it seemed like. And I know not every character, of course, has to be, you know, drop dead gorgeous or something, but them fools, man, they weren't even... I don't know what, man, I don't know what was going on. I must have not been caring at the time. I must have just been creating characters and trying to make new builds. There was only like 2 of them. 2 characters I got, the big elf lady and one other. There was only 2 characters that survived the original purge of all my original, the purging of all my original characters. Only 2 people survived. Okay, that was it. Aaliyah's a newer character. I made her for a playthrough back when I used to do playthrough videos over here. So we can't really count her, because she's not that old. I'm talking about all my original, like 2015. Oh, Naday, the archer from the last video, the lady who was in the dress that I was just talking about in the tavern. Her, she was one of my original characters as well. Them 2 were the only 2 that survived. I like the seated pose, but the way to get the sunlight in here is if, you know, the little feet is all up in the photos. That might not gonna work. Those was the only 2. Everybody else purged. Original shield maiden purged. Original stealth purged. Only characters who... Oh yeah, and some of the one male character. Those were the only ones that didn't get purged. Okay. The only ones. This might be the same, but... There we go. Gotta get the sunlight in there, baby. Gotta pause it. Boom. You know what I mean? Male characters, they didn't get purged because, you know, male characters are male characters, and I just build my male characters to look like whatever would be considered a decent looking male character. Female characters, though, they was busted. I'm like, holy, I was not trying, was I? I wasn't giving a crap. Which is odd, because I've kind of always put a lot of time into my characters. I guess not Skyrim at that time. I guess I wasn't really, you know... I guess I was just like, yo, create, move to the next. Okay, create and move to the next. That's all I was doing. Her hand is clipping any dang way. I wasn't caring much about fucking character design or nothing. Okay, yeah, you can see the hand clipping too much. I'll be forgetting, you know, she a little, you know what I mean? She extra thick. You got, you know, some poses just don't work. So there was only 3 characters total, I'm pretty sure, that survived the original purging of all my characters. It was bad, man. And some of their builds fucking sucked. That was another issue. They were busted, builds sucked. And were horribly cheated out. I forgot about that too. I did way too much cheating on some of those original characters. They couldn't actually progress. I remember I had uploaded some video at the time where I was explaining why I redid a bunch of my characters. And, yeah, I was telling people that I was cheating too much on the characters, and, I couldn't progress on them. Because their stats were too blown out. They'd be like level 6, but everything would be maxed out and crap. Oh, that was another reason. Overly busted and cheated stats. I'm saying you would hop on the character, you could do just flying through all the dang quests because they're all fully maxed out, but they're never actually leveling all throughout that entire time. So it's like, okay, well, that's not gonna work, is it? And it didn't, because it made it pretty boring. You know? Character doesn't progress, you can't give them no builds, no talents, nothing. They just exist. No progression. All these characters are properly progressed, so any high-level character you see now is actually a high-level character. How many we got? 4? As we're back then, every stat that was important to that character would be fully maxed out, but they would be like level 5 or something stupid like that. So then you would just fly through all the quests at ease. Which I'm sure that's fun to some people, but for me personally, when it comes to RPG games, I love at least a little bit of challenge. You know what I'm saying? There was no challenge on any of those characters because they were all just blasted stats. Straight blasted stats. Alright, we gotta... Number 1, we gotta reset some of these characters because they just not popping. Number 2, fucking no progression. Can't move forward. Can't get no quest done because you're too low to do certain quests. I had got, at the time when I had purged all my characters, was because I hopped on my archer in a day. She was level 15 with everything horribly blasted out. And no matter what the heck I did, I couldn't get past this one quest because you need, I think you need like a specific level or something. I don't remember, it was a long time ago, but there was something I needed to do, but I couldn't because she was too high in stats but couldn't progress. I do not remember what that was, but it was something. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just hop on these characters and see who I cheated out to death. And then that's when I then realized that some of them fools were, quite ugly. Quite ugly. I'm like, okay. God dog it. That's her hand, but it always looks wrong, and I don't know if YouTube's detection joint gonna be able to tell that because it don't look like her hand. It is her hand, but it sure enough don't look like it. Remember to blur that. Oh, wait, hold me back the time up a bit. Losing our sunlight capabilities here. There we go. Oh, it's like, alright, we're gonna fix these characters up and, you know, make them proper, you know, so I can actually progress and whatnot. Get some crap done on them. Be careful now. Be careful now. Behind the dang bench. Because them fools were busted in the wrong way, in the worst way possible. Not like it was a busted character because they were just, you just actually made them that good, like a lot of my characters are now. They were busted because I was cheating too fucking much. I don't know who, but I forgot who, but at the time I was telling somebody that somehow they completely misconstrued what I was saying. They were like, oh, you had to delete all your saves because they were corrupted. I'm like, corrupted saves? I ain't say crap about no corrupted saves. I said I was cheating too much and couldn't progress. None of the saves were corrupted. I could easily log into each and every character and do whatever I felt like doing on them. Just couldn't progress. Heck, you just put a whole host of words in my mouth, man. He was upset too. So it was somebody who had commented on the original video, I think, when I was remaking all my characters. He was upset about something. Huge. I'm like, heck? Like, oh man, dude, I couldn't imagine being so dumb and cheating so much. Saves get corrupted and I can't even log into my characters. I'm like, I never said anything about corrupted saves. None of those saves were corrupted. I didn't even have mods at the time, so that wasn't even possible for them to really get corrupted. Base Skyrim is one of the most stable games known to man, fucking kind. I've never had a problem with base Skyrim. When you start adding mods, that's when a little bit of issues come in. I got like oh my goodness, I got like 300 mods on here. Still no real issues. It might crash every now and then if I play with the graphical mods, the heavy graphical mods I use for my pictures and stuff. Like you see with these ultra dense forest and the luscious grass and all that stuff. It's not really stuff you would typically just play with. Of course, unless your computer can handle it. Really just for photos and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Still, rarely do I ever see crashes. I was a little confused where he got that from. Of course, he never responded to that. I think he was just a little upset about something. My saves are not corrupted, brother. I deleted them because it was ugly. That's why them saves got deleted. The characters was ugly. I ain't like it. I'm like, okay. These fools a little busted, I ain't gonna lie. That's why them saves got deleted. Oh, that is a full 10, my good folks. Well, here's the castle. If you've never seen this, it's a mod. I forgot the name of it. I had it a long time ago. But that is it, my good peoples. Okay, this has been fun. This has been another photo session from your boy. There's going to be many more. I'm about to hop on Enzoy. I got like an hour, so I'm about to mess around with that for a bit. Make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button, that notification bell. Share with your people join Legendary Clan Sports and become legendary. I upload all kinds of photographies and cinematics. Virtual, real life, and sometimes AI. With that being said, check out all the links in the description. You might find some stuff you might like. I'm out.